What's up, everybody? Today we're doing a new one.
Yeah, we are.
We're gonna call it one of one, apparently.
Yeah, damn straight.
So I just wanted to do like a daily podcast, and so obviously it'll probably mostly be me talking about certain things. Today Tyler's with me for the first one.
I'm here.
I like your shirt. It says,
Man, I know everything.
"Do you know everything?"
I think I do.
You think you do, but you don't really.
Shoot.
You just like.
Ain't no one been proving me wrong yet.
Today's a special day because we're starting 75 hard again.
Yes.
If you don't know what that is, you could go Google. What did you like? Well, go Google Andy Frisella. I think it's Andy Frisella or 75 hard. I always say his name wrong, but he's got a podcast. He does it's like a CEO of I think a First Form, like a supplement company and some other stuff. But anyways. He created this program, and I've done it. I sort of did it once before, but I don't think I did it right. So now I'm starting over again, and you're starting it. Have you ever done it before?
No, I've never done this before.
No? I guess I need to put our names on here, too. I'm Clyde, and that's Tyler.
That's who I am.
But you were in the Army, right?
But I was in the Army.
Yeah. You need to talk, into the mic so that...
I'm trying to figure out where I'm at in space here.
What do you mean?
I don't know. I feel weird. There
Why? You've done this. We've done this almost 200 times. It's not any different. Just talk in the mic, be normal.
I know, but I get weird anyways. There, now I know where I'm at in the world. Okay.
Are you in the camera?
Yeah.
The camera's right there. I wouldn't worry about that too much.
I like 6 of them in this room. I never know which one to look at.
Yeah, there's a lot going on in here. Well, it's like a multi-use room now because I'm doing gaming live streams.
Right.
I drum. We do our band in here.
Band.
Now we're doing the kids want to live stream.
Yeah.
I might be starting the 75 Hard podcast up again, which I was doing last time I did 75 Hard.
Yeah.
With that, we're basically just talking about our experience,
Yes.
So today,
Day number one,
how was your experience with it?
I don't like going pee so much.
It sucks, doesn't it? It makes me wonder, and now that I've listened to the dude's podcast a little more, I wonder how he came up with that, a gallon a day. Because even he lives in St. Louis, Missouri.
Yeah.
So it's cold there too, right?
Right.
So it's it's almost like a gallon a day. I could see for if you're living in the desert or you know what I mean?
Right.
A little bit warmer. I don't know. It's a lot. Well, I'm a truck driver.
Right.
And so it's
having to stop because you can't go pee in a bottle.
Yeah.
That is unsafe.
Yeah, I don't do that anymore.
And it's unsanitary.
Yeah. So what did you think? Peeing sucks.
That's okay. I get it. I understand the point, but then, So I understand the force behind it because after I drank a quarter of that gallon,
yeah,
I was done. And that was at 6:00 this morning. I was like, I'm done drinking this. I'm already over this.
Well, it seems like both of us kind of went too fast because we're already both almost done with our gallon, and it's only, what time is it? It's almost 3:00.
Yeah.
So basically, we still have 6 hours in the day.
6 hours of drinking water.
And we've already almost hit our gallon. So, I think we've drank too much. We should spread it out, I guess, right?
Right, but part of my diet is to not drink soda pop.
What's your diet?
Just eating better, not pop, no snacks. I only eat half of my dinner. I eat the rest of it for lunch.
Okay, that's good.
Because I used to eat like 2-hand portions. Now I'm only gonna eat a normal human portion of food.
Yeah, yeah. That's part of what I'm doing too. Is I'm just gonna take the portions down a little bit. And
then I am gonna eat another. I usually eat lunch, but I'm going to not buy fast food for lunch.
Yeah. So are you making your lunch and taking it to work?
No, I come home and eat it.
Oh, okay. So it's just after work.
Yeah, I don't eat at work. I don't. That place is not sanitary.
Yeah, I wouldn't eat there either.
Yeah,
man.
so that's why I go home.
Yeah.
Sorry, no offense anyone out there, but I'm just saying, like, that's why I go home to eat, because I don't want to eat there.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty ridiculous what they have going on there. I mean, and it's interesting that people like buy food there. Like they sell food there.
People eat food
you know?
there too. People that work there eat food there too.
Like I do feel like we have a high standard for cleanliness, seemingly in this country. You know,
Yeah.
but it's like you could lower that standard a lot, and people wouldn't die.
Yeah.
Obviously. I mean, like they don't die there. I mean, you're always a lot closer to mice and roaches than you think you are.
Yeah.
You know, like they're around just because you don't think you know, or you don't see
Right.
them. But anyways,
Also, so yeah, that's pretty much what I got going on with that. I look forward to it. Do you have to weigh yourself? Is that a thing?
no,
Okay, thank goodness.
You
I'm
can
not
if
buying
you
a weigh
want.
machine.
but you don't have to.
I don't have a weigher.
No, you only have to do. You have to do. You have to drink a gallon of water. You got to take a progress picture.
Yeah.
You need to do one 45-minute workout indoors
Yeah.
and a separate 45-minute workout outdoors.
Yes.
So no matter what. So that's 4 things. Then you got to read 10 pages a day.
Yeah, and I got books stacked up, ready to read, everything. Like, yeah. And then plus you kind of like, I know you kind of gave me a little bit of warning, like 2 or 3 days of warning to do this, but
Yeah. Well, that's how it works. That's how it works.
I had like a grip of snacks, man. Okay, and this is my favorite holiday coming up,
Yeah.
where they bring out all the good gummies, the Juju Hearts.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. I mean, it's like you have to
Right.
you have to know what you're going to do. I mean, I guess what you could do is like start over.
No,
You know?
I don't play that game. I'll mess around.
You could I don't know, take the snacks to the food bank or something.
I want to eat the snacks. They're my favorite.
So are you going to eat them?
No, I'm doing a diet.
Oh, all right. Well,
I won't buy them. I'm just going to look at them with like lust.
yeah.
Yeah.
You just like leave them there to taunt you or what?
No, I don't know. They don't really talk. Yeah, they actually do. They say my name. They're like, hey, come eat us. Hold up. That is how the Sugar Corporation gets you right there. It's not mind control. It's good control.
Because they taste good?
They taste so good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, no, it is. It's the most addictive substance on the planet.
Yeah.
Like I quit cigarettes and I can't quit sugar.
Yeah.
I quit drinking. I used to drink every day.
Right.
You know that?
Oh, yeah.
Like, and not just like I would have a beer or two.
Ugh.
Like I was drinking like 120 beers a week at one point. I think I did that for 4 years straight.
Yeah.
120 beers, like, so that's like it's like over 12 a day. What is that? Because like I added it up. I was drinking 3 30 packs,
Right.
and then I would go to the bars on the weekends. So if you divide that by 7, it's like 17 beers a day.
Yeah.
So I was drinking at least 12 beers a day probably, but
Yeah, when I tell people that we throw it back, they don't understand. Like, no, we throw it back.
like yeah, I would get
throw
off
that
at 3
back.
p.m., drive home, and start drinking.
Right.
And then I would drink till like 9 or 10 o'clock and go to sleep, and then wake up and do it all again.
I mean, I drank at work a lot
Yeah,
because I'm that kind of guy. But
freaking work alcoholic.
I used to tell people that, like, if you saw ice in my sink, there was booze
but
in
look,
there too.
yeah, but look at us both now. We
Hey.
don't drink at all.
Not at all.
You know, so it's like, but here we are, like, sugar. Sugar is a problem.
Oh
you
yeah.
know?
Oh, definitely.
I think part of it too is that it's accepted by society. You know, it's a societal norm to just like eat sugar and get fat.
Well,
That's
even
what everybody's
even
doing.
the sugar company put out a commercial that said, like, there was 2 people on a blanket eating popsicles, and the one girl is like, "Oh wait, that has high fructose corn syrup in it," and the guy says, "It's okay if you just have one." And I'm like, "What?" what? Wait, what? Isn't that the wrong message? Just one.
Yeah, just have one. Well, I mean, it's the right message for them. They're trying to sell popsicles
Right.
with high fructose corn syrup in it.
Well, and if you think about it too, like there's actually some like monetary math that goes into corn, sugar, and it's actually crazy expensive. Like the subsidies that the government gives the farmer, blah blah blah, blah blah blah, and then they actually like make equipment to make us eat corn. It's wild. Especially corn sugar, you know? Like it corn sugar is high fructose corn syrup comes from corn, right? And corn sugar it's hard to even make, first of all. It's not like corn is naturally sugary. It don't come out the ground ready to be full of sugar.
Well,
They have to change it.
I don't know. I don't know if they have to change it or not. I mean, that's what sugar is. Like all sugar is they get vegetables and then they refine the sugar out of it.
Right.
You know, like everything has sugar in it.
Well, even like sugar cane versus corn sugar
Yeah.
is different. It's a
Yeah.
when you get down on the structures, like corn sugar is a poly 16 carbon sugar, and sugar cane is a poly 8 carbon sugar.
And so like who knows how our body actually like, you know, uses this stuff. And if
Completely
it's
true.
correct or
Completely
not.
true. Yeah.
The same thing with sugar though is that they're figuring out that all this high sugar diet is like what's causing us to be fat
Yes. Yeah.
over the fat diet.
Right.
You know, and like in the 90s we were sold like this lie of like low fat.
Right.
Like everything was low fat.
Fat's bad. Fat's bad.
Yeah. But it seems like it's sugar.
Yes.
I don't know though. Who knows? It's like every other day there's some new thing that
Right.
people tell you and you don't even know what to believe anymore. And now like AI can make fake videos that
AI
look real.
AI ball. I think that they let that genie out of the bottle too early. We need to cork it, put it back in, call Aladdin back. The AI we're not ready for. I'm not ready for AI.
Are you ever going to be ready for it though?
Yes, in 5 years I'll be ready for some AI. In
think
5
so?
years, yeah, but not right now. I wish there was a way we could
Yeah.
take callers. Caller number 1.
I mean, there is.
Oh shit, yeah, we do
could
have.
figure that out. I mean, look at that. You know?
Yeah, that has quite the board.
Yeah, I
Um,
don't know how your vocals are though.
If anyone's watching, if I suck,
Nobody's
let us
watching.
know.
We got zero viewers. Nobody's expecting it.
Well, people are at work too. I forgot.
Yeah. Yep. But I'm pretty much just going to do this at this time of day. Even if it's like for 5 minutes, I'm going to jump on and talk about something.
And I plan on helping you out as much as I can.
Yeah. So anyways, like the main thing that I wanted to talk about today, the first thing is the 75 hard, which we did
Yes.
that. So I'm going to keep updating. And then the next thing is the business. Like we're no longer doing appliances.
Sorry, y'all. Our quality still stands.
Yeah. I haven't wanted to do it for a long time, but I just finally made the decision one day. I'm just like, screw it. I'm done. Like
think-
closing it.
I think that we should become handymen together or something.
Yeah.
Because that's even more fun to film. Because I am a handyman.
Yeah.
And I run into all kinds of situations that I'm just like, oh no.
Yeah. Well, we could.
I'm just saying, if that's an idea, but also I put together people's IKEA furniture. They pay me to put together their IKEA furniture,
Yeah.
and I charge them 5% extra if I have to go in and reassemble it after they've already messed it up.
What do you mean?
If I show up and it's out of the box and halfway crooked,
Oh, so like if they started,
yeah,
then you
I
you
charge
charge
them more. Yeah,
Like I thought about doing that sometimes because like in the appliance thing, sometimes people try to take their stuff apart, you know, and they don't put it back together right. And they're like, they'll hand you like a bag of screws.
yeah, like here you go, man.
and I'm just like,
Trembling.
at least you saved the
Yeah,
screws.
thank you.
You know, one time I went to get one, and this dude just like, they took it apart, and it was just in pieces.
Right.
Well, actually, that's happened a few times. I filmed one of those.
You did.
I'm just like, what are you guys thinking is gonna happen? Like, I'm just gonna show up and throw all these pieces like in a SUV or something.
Right.
You know what? Like the one I was thinking of was in Tooele, I'm like, I gotta drive this thing on the freeway back to, you know,
Right, back
the
to-
main
yeah,
city.
yeah.
You guys live in the
Out there
you
in the
know?
boonies. Something
Yeah.
falls off, it's on you.
I gotta go to the main city with this thing, you know, on the freeway. It's the only way to get back there.
I had
It's like-
someone, I don't know, they just started putting together this desk, and by the time I got a call, I was like, what did you guys even do? Like, we don't need those instructions. This should be easy to figure out. And I'm like, well, it's not.
Not IKEA.
Yeah,
Isn't that stuff like it's an internet meme because that stuff's hard to put together, I thought.
it is. Or other Temu stuff, too. Like,
Yeah.
I honestly, I kind of give Temu credit. Temu credit, here you go. Their furniture that people buy from there always comes with some extra shit. I think they do it to screw with people. Like, I keep the extra brackets. Like, there's extra L brackets and like at least 10 different screws that come with them too.
There's just no quality control.
Yeah,
with
they're
that
just like,
stuff.
here's some extra
They
stuff.
just like throw it in.
Yeah.
It seems like lately though, stuff I've been getting has come with extra screws, but it seems like it's on purpose. But it always messes with you, right? Because
Yeah,
you
a
get it
little
done and
bit.
you're like, did I put all the screws in?
Well, and I've even checked like the.
Or did they send extra
yeah,
ones?
yeah. The invoice where it should say how many they sent, like 5K, 5 J screws, 5 L screws, and you're like,
Yeah.
well, okay, well, there's
Yeah.
4 extra.
There's 4 extra and then some random one that
Yeah.
doesn't go to anything. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know, man.
But I'm okay with that. That's at least a bonus, you know. Like, but the IKEA stuff is exact. Like, you get 4 nails for the back cardboard part. You get 6 screws for a whole bed. And I'm like, whoa, like, what if I screw this up, you know? Like, I need an extra screw. What if I strip one of these cheapies out?
I mean, you just use one less, you know, it'll be all right.
Right, you hope so.
It's not going down the freeway, at least not yet.
The other thing, too, is, like, IKEA don't put weight limits on their stuff either. So some people are hopeful. I mean, I ain't, like, shaming, but they are hopeful.
It's like, where's IKEA from? Is it,
They're, aren't they Swedish?
I don't know. Probably where a whole bunch of skinny people are.
Yeah,
Though. Is there
yeah.
like fat people in
No,
Europe
there are
at
no
all?
fat people over there, man. They
Like all the fat people are over here because we're eating freaking
Or in UK too.
wood filler in our Big Macs
yeah.
or whatever, allegedly. Yeah. So they probably make the furniture like, you know, to take a normal sized human and then
Right.
you bring it over here and we're like 300 pounds.
Yeah, I can't sit on IKEA stuff. I break it.
Yeah.
I don't even lie. I like look at what people got going on now. I'm like, no, ain't gonna work. I'll stand.
I don't know. I went in that place once, and that was the last time. I'm like, I don't know. That place is something else.
I used to pick up their money,
Yeah.
and it is something else. The whole thing is something else.
Well, now they doubled it.
Right.
Like 2-3 months ago, they like built onto it, and it's just this massive building. It's like, it's crazy.
Yeah. And, you know, shout out if anyone do need someone to put that stuff together. Boom.
Yeah.
But second of all,
You're
I
a
do charge
pro.
if you mess it up. Yeah.
You're a pro, and if they start it, then they got to pay 5% more.
5% more.
Yeah.
That's pretty fair, I think.
Yeah. I mean, probably.
Well, especially since, like, sometimes the instructions, like, their kid got to them or
Yeah.
soda pop on it.
Right.
And
So
I-
and you can't read anyway, so
Yeah.
like you can barely read to begin with.
I go for the French set of instructions first.
Yeah.
Because the French, they don't got no room to mess around with bullets, you know?
Are you sure?
I know so.
I thought the French was like,
No, they get, like, right to the point. They just get it done. It's, like,
Yeah.
all mashed potatoes and meat, like, done.
yeah.
You know?
I think we were sold a lie about the French. I heard that they like protested the drop of a hat. That's what I heard. Like, I don't know, it was on social media. They like, I think they put up red light cameras and they burned the city down. It was something like that. They were like, we're not doing it. We're not
Right.
having it. And you guys, like, your government needs to, which is interesting. I guess there was a revolution, wasn't there?
They've had a couple.
Yeah.
And I kind of understand why. Like, they are like a focal point of Europe. Like, people want to be taking that thing over because it's, man, right in the middle. You know, and they got French kissing and they got French fries. Come on now.
Yeah.
French toast. It's all about that.
I don't know why, but today I was thinking about Y2K.
Yes, I remember that one.
You remember it? So like the year 2000. That's what we're talking about. I don't know if anybody remembers that crap, but
It was a big deal. People were really afraid that all the nuclear missiles were going to launch simultaneously. All the Cuban ones, all the Russian ones,
Yeah.
even our own. We're all just going to start blowing each other up. China's going to blow everyone up.
Yeah.
Satellites are crashing.
So
They even sold kits to check your home computer. I don't know if you remember that.
yeah, but like I remember. I mean, obviously, like our dad was a computer like repair dude. Like he had a business,
Right.
You know, and so I remember him just saying like nothing's gonna happen. It's just like fear mongering by the
Fear-mongering.
media.
Yes, yes.
Apparently, well, I'm on Google here. It says this dude named David Eddy. Okay, the term Y2K is attributed to David Eddy, a programmer from Massachusetts. Eddy first used the term in an email in 1995. So in 95,
So 5 years before, this guy had
Yeah.
nothing better to do, sitting at his computer. Yo, homies, check it out.
So however, the problem of the year 2000 bug was discussed in the media and in books before Eddie's email. Oh, before his email. So they were talking about it in the media before, according to this.
Right.
It was caused by a computer bug that occurred when programmers used a 2-digit code for the year to save space. So apparently they used a 2-digit code to save space in programming. And then when they got to the 2000, as the year 2000 approached, people were concerned that the systems would not interpret the 00 correctly. And
Yes.
how would that lead to, sending a nuke off? This led to the Y2K scare and the Y2K apocalypse theory. I was just thinking about that, and like it's crazy how many people went out and probably maybe bought generators and
yeah.
whatever else.
Well, I had a job working at a grocery store at the time, and I remember the day before. Oh my goodness, I used to make fun of the big bulk aisle. I used to make fun of it because, like, at that store we didn't sell hardly any of the big bulk items. But that day, all the 50-gallon drums sold, all the big things of peanut oil sold, all the flour sold. I was like, damn, aisle 18 is empty.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm like, no way. Like, then I had to go clean it because the manager's like, yo, it's so empty. Go clean that up.
Go wipe the shelf down.
Yeah. That was nasty. But it was. And I remember, like, people from that hood, like, and they were rich, too. And they were like, yo, we're really afraid. And I was like, why? Like, aren't you? I'm like, no, my dad ran this test like 13 times at our house. Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, we changed the date to 1999,
Right.
and it said 1999. But like by that time they had already like redone everything, I'm sure, probably, or whatever, they'd
Right.
figured it out. But yeah, like literally nothing happened.
Right. I think, but now, like, fast forward to our times, if you don't remember, about 3 months ago, Microsoft sent out an update,
Yeah.
and it jacked up the planes.
Well,
what the heck?
Yeah. We're doing a podcast. Okay, go upstairs, Milo. Because it does. I just made it look like that. Yeah, I was listening to a podcast about that today. That whole thing seems to be, it very well could be a giant cover-up.
Right.
Like, I don't know. It's crazy.
But I'm just saying, like, now.
Like that doesn't happen on accident. That was
Right.
on purpose. You're going to have to wait. Go upstairs. I told you about this earlier, remember? I'll let you know.
But yeah, I don't get that. Like, how do you not? Like, we have dummy systems that check dummy systems, like, all.
Because it was on purpose.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the reason. somebody did it on purpose. Like, and it's also like I heard this other dude, and he was talking about he used to be a network engineer.
Right.
That's what he did for a living for like 10 years. And he said when an update would come down, they would test it. Like the first thing they would do is put it on a computer.
Right.
Right? And then they would test it. And if it worked there, then they might install it on like 5 of their machines.
Right.
And then if it worked there, then they would expand it out, right?
Right.
Then their systems were set up so that their computers would not automatically update.
Yeah.
And it's like it's possible that too many machines now automatically update. Like I don't know why you would do that if you were in charge of a whole group of computers at a business.
Right.
It seems like you would turn that off and force the updates.
Right. Or exactly.
But who knows? Because I mean, I have my iPad for work, and I control the updates. It asks me just like my home iPad,
Right.
Which you would think they would send the update. But anyways, so just that makes you wonder, like, why wouldn't they catch it? Yeah, but it just makes you think that it was on purpose. Like
Yeah,
it just had to be on purpose.
It had to be, yeah, because like I the same. I'm not a technical guy at all. Like I'm over that business, but
Yeah, well, this dude was attributing it to Trump, basically getting shot. So what's weird is there's a dude that used to like be high up in I think it was the FBI, and now he works for that company
oh yeah,
that sent that
update
down. And so what they're thinking might have happened, this podcast I was listening to, what they were saying is that maybe the powers that be tried to take out Trump. They try to assassinate him and they fail.
Right.
So then they're like, well, we need to erase this thing. We need to erase any like evidence of it, right? And whatever evidence they had, and maybe it was on multiple computers. Well, they couldn't just like go out and be like, hey, like we need to erase this hard drive or that hard drive because it's probably, spread across the network. That information might be backed up on backup on backup.
Oh,
and
yeah.
So they basically thought, well, he thought that maybe they could send that update out and erase what they need to erase.
Right.
Which is interesting. I don't know. It was so long ago I can't remember. But what were you going to say about that?
I was just going to say the same thing, that like usually you can get nerdy with it. At least what I like to do is read why they're updating. First of all, like, what does this do? What does it not do? What am I getting in exchange for this?
Yeah.
And so like it's kind of hard that someone did not see that. Like, okay, wait, hold on, how? Because it wasn't just like one system. It was big.
Yeah.
But ironically, there is one thing on all of our phones that we can't stop in America is presidential emergency phone calls, which is kind of weird. You can't turn that off in your phone, in your America phone. Unless you get a South America phone, you could turn it off. But
I mean, what would they do?
But that's what I'm saying. That's the background. That's the back door to send data into, because you can't turn it off. Like used to be back in the 90s, you could turn off port 1, port 5, port 13 that the hackers used to like to come into, like the ports on your computer that you could like, that now we have firewalls that protect and blah, blah, blah that protect it. But there's always a back door. Someone always makes a back door.
Yeah. Well, I don't think that's from the president calling you or whatever, but yeah.
But no, I'm just saying like you could look into what the update is going to do. But if you're forced the update, then you have no control.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like, because it used to be you could say no to this, no to that. But if it's a firmware update inside the technology itself.
Well, and that's what the dude was saying is he was like, we, like, I don't know. I mean, you wonder, basically any network engineers must have put the update through. Like everybody must have done it. Whatever systems it messed up, they must have just pushed the update through. Or the way the computers work now is they don't update. or they don't. They all automatically update. I don't know because
Yeah,
it's
they
like
don't alert
wasn't
you.
there like a bunch of planes that didn't
Yeah,
fly?
they all couldn't
and,
fly. Delta was grounded for 5 hours.
Like I wasn't really paying attention to what happened. I try not to because like half of this crap I feel like is just a psyop. So
Yeah,
it's like it's just fake to distract you from something else. And so when stuff like that happens, I just try to ignore it
Right.
completely because I don't know like what they're doing to our brains.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like are they mind controlling us with all this crap weird news situation, you
Yeah.
know?
Well, these aliens, I saw a meme today that said that there's these 2 aliens and they're looking at this dude's house and they're like, be careful, they have technology to make you dumb.
Yeah.
And
Well,
that-
this Andy Frisella's dude, it literally says that he thinks that we are way more capable with our minds than we know, and they basically just tell us that we're dumb, or they control us down, and they dumb us down, and we're dumbed down. You know.
Yeah.
He basically says that we're way more capable than we think we are. And so what happens is, I'm trying to look it up. Andy Frisella, that's what the YouTube is too. Basically, that's what he says all the time, is that we're way more capable of things than we think we are. Like we could live way longer if we didn't eat all this crap food that they basically, that what's available. You go to the grocery store and there's like a whole giant cereal aisle, but you know, the produce is the produce, right?
Right.
But even that, you don't know, like, if what's on the outside of it is like the pesticides or whatever.
Right.
Like, is that stuff bad for you? You know? But you go down the cereal aisle, the soda aisle, there's a lot more space reserved for those types of foods and like soda and cereal than there is for like baking. Like baking has one aisle.
Yeah. Yep.
And like, I know a lot of people around here do bake, but even if you go down the baking aisle, it's like there's a flour section and the sugar section is just as big as the flour section.
Yeah.
You know, the meat department is smaller than the cereal aisle. There's more cereal aisle than there is meat department space,
Right.
you know? It's like, well, when we were growing up, they always said the food pyramid was what you're supposed to do, and it kind of has grains on the bottom. You know what I mean? It's like, and then meat's on the top, but now people are kind of like saying that's not right, you know?
Right.
But so it's like, yeah, back to my point of what he keeps saying is like he thinks that we're capable way more than we are, and they're dumbing us down with the media, with like, you know, and obviously now it's like easier than ever because we're all addicted to Instagram and like TikTok and like, you know, whatever else.
I feel you, and sometimes you can, like, you get stuck in a wormhole or whatever, but I agree with you. I think people do try to dumb us down. I try to expand my mind all the time, and like,
so how do you do that?
I'm always trying to learn stuff. I'm trying to be more self-reliant. Like,
yeah. See, here's the food pyramid.
Yeah.
But like what people are saying now is that it should be flipped upside down. This is on Wikipedia.
Right.
So I mean, I don't know. So at the bottom we have bread, grains, and then we got fruits and vegetables right above that. Which, like, some people are saying, like Dad's saying all the time, that vegetables want to kill us because they don't want to get eaten. So then above that, yogurt and meat and fats and oils and sweets are at the top. But they're kind of like coming to find out that, you know, the fats and oils, like there seems to be like good and bad cholesterol is what they're saying, but the fats and oils are actually good for us.
Right.
And it's almost like this thing needs to be flipped upside down.
Well, yeah, if you're in the breads are simple carbohydrates, which are, and that's another thing too, like the bread aisle. Think about that, man. There's so many breads and crazy simple carbohydrates that are not good for us, because the way we make wheat now, where we pulverize the crap out of it, then we have to add minerals back to it, you know? That's wild.
Yeah.
But, you know, that's what makes most of celiac disease and stuff like that popped up, because of we're manipulating our own grain, what we eat. Yeah. And I like what that guy is saying. Like, if yeah, if you make you fat and lazy, then you're not going to want to try to do more. You're not going to want to
Yeah.
get healthy or whatever.
I don't know what happened, but we dropped off. I don't know if it. Hold on. It's like we're basically not even on anymore. I don't know if they like started using the internet too much or what. We are on Wi-Fi. Well, I mean, I am recording it, but like usually it doesn't drop like this. Like, see this? How it's red? Like we're just like it. Now it's going yellow. If it goes back to green,
Oh, wait, yeah, I went green for a second.
see, it's like I don't know. It's not supposed to be like this. Try to plug in
The Ethernet.
Well, we live stream a lot. It doesn't ever do it. I live streamed. It's like, does OBS know? Yeah, it's still not. Could try to like stop it. Let's try to stop it, and this will work or not. But I stop the stream. See, it's still red.
Yeah.
Like I don't, and it shouldn't be because we're not doing anything.
What's that number 2 for? I'll be right back.
All right. Like we're not doing anything. Hold on.
All the switch chargers, and there are 2 of them down here. We'll need them.